Hi everyone, it's Gwen from Rustic Diva Design, and in this video I am going to show you how to make some very simple greeting cards. Um, this is going to be a tutorial. I think I have 3 cards here to show you. We're going to go through the tutorials and show you how I made these. And just a little background. I, for some reason, struggle with card making ideas. I'm not sure why, but it rattles my brain. I see all these beautiful cards and I'm like, how do you people do that? So one day I sat down and I went on Pinterest and I went on YouTube and I was exploring all these making things, and I'm like, there has to be something so simple. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I found and show you how to make them. And I can tell you that this has made my card making process so fast, much faster than I was doing it before, because once you learn a couple techniques, then it gets in your brain and you can think of different ways and different papers to use. So in this video, we are going to use scraps. So all the paper that I have either came from scraps or a 6x6 paper pad. Dig out your scraps, grab your 6x6 paper pads that you have in your stash. You need some solid card stock for your card bases, maybe some elements. If you like to stamp, grab some stamps, those kind of things. But these are going to be some easy card tutorials here coming right up. So the first one that we're going to make is this style of card. Mine just says happy birthday on it, and then when you open it up, it has room for a sentiment in the inside, and then this little strip of paper. And then I also have the envelopes that I decorated on the flap here, and I'll show you how I do that too. I'm going to also link in my video. I have an Amazon link where you can find these envelopes that I'm using, and they're perfect for our handmade cards. These are standard A2 size, and so the envelopes will fit the A2 cards that we're going to make. So there's an Amazon link in this video description that I will give you to find all of these envelopes. And then I also have some other crafting essentials in this Amazon link, like my bone folder, this ruler that I love, the Easy Read ruler, that's in that link. So find that under the crafting essentials link in the Amazon link in the video, and that's where you'll find all of these items. So let's get started with this style of card. So I'm just going to grab my scoreboard here first. Okay. Make sure everything, whoops, is in camera for you. So for this first card, we are going to need a base that measures, I'm just grabbing my notes here too. Your base is going to be 5.5 by 7.5. And then we're going to score it at 4.25. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way. This is the card base I'm going to use, and here is all of the items that I'm going to use in making this card. So first, I'll move this. So with your 7.5 at the top, we are going to score at 4.25. And this card style I found, I have to give credit, this I found on Maymay Made It's YouTube channel. So thank you, Maymay, because you saved my life making cards. I like to make cards for my craft shows, so this is what I'm doing. So we're just folding this on the score line. Like so. So here's our card base. And I don't know why I have all this stuff on my paper. I don't know what happened, but that's okay. It'll be covered up. So on the front of your card base, you will need a piece of solid cardstock. Whoops, that's the envelope. Excuse me. That measures, it's going to go here, I believe. How did I do this one? Sorry. I'm sorry. We're just using scrapbook paper, not a piece of solid cardstock. So let me give you that again. My apologies. So we're going to need a piece of pattern paper, one that measures 3 by 5 1/4. So this is 3 by 5 1/4 for here. And then another strip that measures 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And so that one's going to go in here. And then we'll need a piece of solid cardstock for your sentiment. That's going to go on the inside here. And that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So just to start off, all we're doing is gluing these two pieces on, which is so simple. Yes. I'm sorry, I don't have my glue bottle ready like I should have. Okay. Oops, bumping things here. So we're going to just glue this on. And as you can see, the paper I'm using is double-sided, which is perfect because I can just use the scrap for the other side that I need, the other piece that we need. So we're just gluing this to our card base. Like that. And then in the inside, just open that up and we're just gluing this piece like so on this side. I don't know if there's other people like me that struggle with thinking of different ways to make cards. If you are one of those, I'd love to hear from you because, and again, I don't know why it's such a struggle for me. I'm just, you know, I can throw a mini album together like nothing. But when it comes to making cards, my brain just doesn't want to help me. So just getting that straight in there. And then just a little place for a sentiment. We're just going to glue that in here like so. And when I'm gluing down like a white piece of paper or something that you're going to write on that's a little bit thinner than the card base or the cardstock you're using, so that you don't have all the squiggly lines in the middle of your paper, I just glue the outside edge, or try to, as you can see. And that works. So just lining it up with your little strip that you just glued down and leaving a little bit of a gap here for the blue to show. And look how easy that is. Ah, we have a card already. So there's our card, and then I am using this little cut apart that I'll have to look and see where it's from. So I just want that to be probably something like this. You can also, you know, put stickers here or put a card off to the left so it's not hanging over. But you know, this has the nice little background on it, so that little bit peeking out when you open the card isn't going to matter. You could also pop this up on foam if you wanted to, either way. So just to make sure, I'm going to just let this hang off just a little bit. So I'm, you know, not going to glue over on this side. I'm just going to glue like this. And if you have to go back and add a little bit of glue after it's attached, you can do that. I just don't want to glue my card shut. So I'm just going to center this top to bottom and make sure it's straight, which it's not right now. There we go. I think. There, and then that's it. And then you have a thank you card. So when you open it up, that's what it looks like. So simple. So for the envelopes, if you want to decorate your envelopes, you can. You don't have to. I'm just going to show you how I did mine, just on the little flap on the outside. So I just pick a piece of scrap paper that coordinates with the paper that I'm using. So it could either be this way or this way, either one. I'm going to put the flowers on the front, I think. Excuse me. So this, in order to fit this envelope, which is, I said, linked in the Amazon, it's in the Crafting Essentials link on my Amazon link in the video description. I'm sorry, I can't get my words out. This measurement is for this envelope, but you know, you can figure it out to make this work. So I just cut this strip to be about 1 and, well, this is, looks like it's 1 3/4, which is totally fine. And by about 6 inches long. So I'm going to open up my flap of my envelope, and I'm just using the fold as a guide. So I'm going to glue, just run some glue along that fold there, and then just all around. And then I just line this up right to the, I just have to be able to see a little bit, right to that fold. And then make sure that you have a little bit hanging over on either side, on the right and the left, so that you can cover the entire flap, and then just glue that down. I tried this a couple of different ways, and this way seemed to work the easiest and the fastest. So now that we have this, we have this little extra, and all you need is your handy scissors to cut away the excess scrapbook paper. And maybe some of you do this too, which it's kind of fun. Just adding a little extra color. Oh, and see these envelopes, they come with this removable adhesive strip. So that's nice too. They weren't expensive at all. I got a whole pack of them. I don't remember how many, because I bought the white ones, and then in the same size, I also bought the craft. And there you go. And there is your envelope flap cover. Pretty, and it matches your card. And there it is. So I have showed you in other videos the bags that I use to put my cards in when I go to take them to a craft show. So I believe I showed you this size at one time, and either size, I have 2 sizes, and both of these are going to work. So it's up to you, I guess, what size you want to use, but this is the B 5x7 from clearbags.com. I will link that in the description. So these are 5 1/8 by 7. And then the other size I found that I had is also from Clear Bags, and this is a little bit smaller, and these are the B54, and they're 4 5/8 by 5 3/4 at clearbags.com. So I'm going to use the B54 bag just to show you how I package my cards for a show. So you have the bag, and then it also has this little flap with this removable adhesive right here. So I'm probably, since the envelope is decorated, I'm going to stuff my bags this way so that you can see the card and the envelope on both sides. So because the bag folds this way, I'm going to load my card so that the flap is to the back, so it's not, the flap isn't overlapping on the front of my card. And this bag is a little bit smaller than the other one I showed you. So again, this is a little bit snug, sorry, more snug of a fit. And so that's why they don't go, but they work because I tested them before I started my video. So those just slide in there like so. And your card fits in here really nice. And then that you can see the envelope on the other side. So then you just remove the adhesive and just close it up really nice. And then you have your cards protected at your craft show. So there. And then they can see that you have the card, and you also have a pretty little envelope that goes with it. So those are the clear bags that I use. Either one works just as well, either size. So again, I'll have those linked in the video. So moving on, the next card we're going to do is this one. So this style here, I actually have 2 of these, and I'm going to show you how to do this. This is so easy, you guys. So just getting to my notes so that I tell you the right thing. This one. Okay, so I'm just moving these off. You will need a card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5. And then we need a little piece of a base. So on here I use black. Sorry, I use black on this one. And then I used a white base on this card here. So I'm using, because I have the pink cardstock, I'm going to use white again. And so you'll need 2 pieces of the white that measure 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so 2 of those. And then your scrap pieces, you're going to need 2. This one measures, let's see, 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then this piece measures 3 by 4. And here's the thing with this card. You don't have to get these exactly, and I'll show you why. Let me take this off so we can score our, I like a nice clean line on my cards, so I like to score mine. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4 with your 8 and, with your, what is this? 8.5. Uh-oh. 8.5 at the top. Nope. Did I cut this wrong? Looks like it. Well, it's 8. I might have to do some trimming. Oh, if ever I could just get through a video without a blooper. Let's see what happens. This is an 8-inch piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to score it at 4, obviously, because that's half. if we have to make adjustments, we can. I should have checked that. See? Check, check, always check. So let's see what happens. We're going to cut, or I'm sorry, we're going to fold this in half. So here's our card base. And I told you you had these top little bases. Well, look at that. That's not going to work. So I have to cut this down. So I'm going to cut this down to probably, well, because I have it, you know, I have the length right, so it's fine. Let's cut it to 3 3/4. I'm gonna try 3 7/8 first, just to see what it looks like. So I'll be right back. Cutting on, I brought my cutter and I'll have to get this out for you too for the next one. So let's just see if that works. See how it looks. See, I have more on the top. So yep, we're gonna go 3 3/4. And this is gonna work just fine with the pattern paper that you have. It was my mess up. So now the base is gonna look like this, which gives us the room. So for a card that measures 4 by 5.5, you're gonna need a top base that measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. I am sorry. So this card will be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. It'll work. You know what I'm trying to tell you. I just messed up on my measurements with my pink. It should be 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So if you want to do it the right way, get your card base at 8.5 and score it at 4 1/4. And for this video, I'm just going to show it to you this way. So pretend it all fits. So now I have to cut my inside down to 3 3/4 so that it fits in the inside. And I'm just doing that quick. Okay, now we have the same size papers for this. So, sorry for the blooper. Take your white base and then your scraps that you have, and all we're going to do is glue like this, and however you want to arrange it. This way and this way. The only important thing is that your pattern paper hangs over the top of your vase that you're using. So if you use the other one, you can kind of just see that it's going to hang over like it nice. And if you wanted to move this over more and put this in here more, I mean, as long as it fits on your white base here, that's what counts. So I'm going to start with this piece, and in order to get my glue where I want it to go, I've just kind of been eyeballing underneath the paper first, just to get a glue line going. And then of course my paper moves like that. And then put your glue on. And some of you may already have done this method. And then that just gets glued on like so. Like that. At an angle. Whatever your angle is going to be. And then the next one just gets glued right alongside of that. So now we can establish our glue line, because that's easy. I really feel bad that I screwed up that card base. I'm sorry. I usually check I check my stuff. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I just don't know why. Why did I do that? So I'm just making sure that it's lined up at the bottom here with this other piece of paper and butted up right next to this other piece of pattern paper here. And then we just glue that down. And then again, with your scissors, see, I need to add a little bit of glue here, which I will do. This is popping up just a little bit on the bottom. So I'm just going to stick my glue underneath there. Make sure it's coming out and glue that down. Excuse me. Okay, so when you flip it over, then you have this. So you just take your scissors, butt it up against that base, and just cut off the excess. All the way around. And then you still have some scraps, and you can use those for something else. And there you have it. So that's what your base is going to look like once you cut all that extra off. Now on the other ones, I did it two different ways. The B one that says I love you, I used a black base, and then I took a piece from the sticker sheet. This is from the Be Happy collection by Echo Park. I think that's what it's called. So there was this little strip on the sticker sheet, and I just stuck that on there and then just snipped off the edges and used that as a little bit of a border. If you have stamps, I have stamps coming. They just haven't come in the mail yet. So you could stamp down here or leave it and use an element, which I'm going to use like a little piece of ephemera or whatever you have. I'm going to do that just like I did on this one. And on this card, I actually have a little strip of washi tape. This came to me as an idea. Hang on a second, I have to go off camera for just a second. Because I have tons, like a whole basket full of washi tape that I never use. And so, because I really just don't use washi tape, that's another thing I struggle with. Where do you use the washi tape? So when I put this card together, or was getting the elements together, I was looking at this little tag and I said, oh, look, it looks like washi tape. Ta-da, let's use our washi tape. So that's what I'm going to show you, how I did this one with the washi tape that I have. So this, I don't remember where it came from. It just matches with my paper. So all I'm going to do is I use my glue stick, because you know washi tape can pull up. So I have my glue stick, and I'm going to run just a little bit of glue underneath the line here where where we glued this down, so that the tape has something extra to stick to and doesn't come up. So there, I don't know if you can see it, but the glue is on there. And then I just pull off about, what I think I'm going to need, with a little bit of overhang there. And of course it curls, and and sticks to things you don't want it to. This worked so much better when I did it off camera. Let's cut that off. get it to where you can handle it. Good thing this isn't like regular tape. And then I just lined it up right underneath the pattern paper and glued it down. And I have just a little bit of glue there, but you won't see. And then just press that down good. And then instead of cutting it off, I just folded it in because this is going to get glued to your card base anyway, so you don't have to cut it. And then you have this nice, cute little border, and you can use your washi tape. Yay! And then again, because I don't have my stamps, I'm not a very good stamper anyway. That's why I don't really like stamping. So I'm just using these little elements, and I think I'll just put that, I mean, you could put this anywhere. You could put it down here. You could put it in the middle. You could put it over, well, kind of like that, but, or in like this. I mean, it could go anywhere, however you want to do it. But I'm just going to put it down here just a little bit like that for now. I mean, it's cute any way you do it. So just like that. Glue that down. And some of you might think, if you've even made it this far in the video, that I'm so silly not to think of these things on my own. I don't know. And then it's just going to glue to our base. So let's get that down. You're probably saying, where did this lady come from? I don't know, but oof. Sometimes I think that of myself. You're a lot. So just centering that on our card base. And you know, this isn't the perfect pink, but this is what I have in my craft room, and I'm just using it. And it's okay. It works. The only extra thing that I bought for this card making adventure that I'm on here is, like I said, I have stamps coming, different sentiments, because I'm going to try and do that. And I hope it works. So then in the inside, we have our white sheet just to tack down for your sentiment. Like that. And again, I just glued around the outside edge so we don't have all the glue squiggles in the middle of your paper. And then if I have, you know, the sticker sheets or whatever stickers I had, in this one I just put a little flower in the corner. And then on the bees, I have a little bee. So if you have stickers, you don't have to put anything at all. But I just dressed it up with the little sticker, and that's fine in the inside. So that is card number 2 with a little bit of a blooper. So sorry. Then let's move on to card number 3, which is this one. And I'm really hoping that I have my card base cut correctly. I'll be so embarrassed. If I don't, I'll have to end my video because you know I don't know how to edit. Okay, so this one here is, let me just make sure that my base is the right length. And it is. Okay. So this one has the the angle cuts, and I'm going to show you the easy way to do this. This is, again, Maymay made it. She showed me how to do it. So just the outside, and then in the inside is just plain, and then the envelope that goes with. So that's what we're going to make next. So for this card, we need a card base that measures 8.5 by 5.5, the standard A2 size. Okay, so we got that right. You'll need a piece of double-sided pattern paper, which I'm going to be using this one. And this measures 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and then you're going to need the white base for underneath, like this, after we cut it. So 2 of these at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so all of that. And then we're going to cut this, but first let's get our card base scored. So I have the correct size this time. So we're going to score, put with the 8.5 at the top, score it at 4 1/4. And then just folding that, and I'm just like to make sure it's going to fold nice. So then we'll have that done. Okay, so the card base is here. Now this is going to get cut. So I have to get my cutter in here. My big clunky thing like this. And this actually, I've showed you this before. It unfolds. It's big. But I love this. My husband bought this for me for a gift one year. And I was like, I don't know about that. This thing is like industrious. And he's like, well, but it's nice because it has a self-sharpening blade. So that's why I like it. So we're gonna wiggle the table a little bit on here, and I apologize for that, but I need to show you how to cut this. So you take your piece of pattern paper that measures 3 3/4 by 5, and we're cutting it at an angle. So we are going to cut this way. And all we're doing is at first, just put this in your cutter, and I really got to get down here to see what I'm doing. If my head's in the camera, I really apologize. I didn't do my hair yet this morning either. So if you see it, I'm sorry. So just from corner to corner, we're slicing through, okay? Now, and you might have a different paper trimmer than me that makes this easier. So yay if you do. So then we're just going to put these 2 pieces back together and turn it so that we can cut the other angle. So there's no measuring, okay? So I'm lining these back up. I'm trying to hold my guide, or yeah, the guard up with myself here, just to get these lined up where they need to be. And then I just hang on to these and put them back in here so I can cut the other way. So that's what I'm trying to do. So once I got that in here where I need it, hang on things. Okay. It's a little tricky, but you know, we'll get there. So just making sure they're put like they need to go. And then again, we're going to, I'm bringing this down so I can see. Like so. Sorry if it's taking a long time. So then, oops, I got to fix my bottom piece just a little bit. Okay, there we got it. And then slice through those, and there's no measuring. So once you take it out, you have this like that. And I'm going to take this away for a second so that I can get back to my table with my pieces, how they came out of the trimmer. Okay, and so we have these, like so. And so then just take your edge piece, your two sides, and flip them over. And then you have this. Fun. Okay, so on your card base, just moving this stuff off to the side a little bit. I have some glue on there. We're going to start with this top triangle. And just kind of, I'm going to eyeball first. Lay these down just to see where I need to start gluing. How it's going to look. Because that's what I like to do. Dry fit. I always say that. So that's how it's going to go. Okay. So let's start gluing these on. My little triangles, I can't hang on to them. So with just leaving a little space at the top and then centering it from, you know, with your top corners from right and left. And I'm going to pick this up because I need to see what I'm doing. Here we go. The only thing you have to pay attention to, I guess, is if your paper is directional, which this kind of is, but not too bad. I mean, it looks like my bees are upside down on, but that's okay. So this one like that. Well, they're flying, so they're just doing their little flips and turns. I'll just say that. I know, I'm being ridiculous. So just lining up your points. And that looks pretty good. And then we're adding these. Just want to see how that's going to fit in there. So just making sure that there's even amount of space between your papers, like that. Isn't this fun? This, I'm like, oh gosh, people that think of these things, so excited and showing me how to do it, and now I can show you how to do it. But you maybe a lot of you probably already know. This might be old news. It's new news to me though, because I really never researched card making much. I just tried to wing it. And so there we go. I'm a little bit off here on this side and this side. And if that bugs you, you could totally trim it, which I might do that and just have a little bit more of the black showing. I might just give this just a little bit of a trim because I put this one too far to the left. And you know, none of this happened to me when I was testing it out. I just want you to know that. If you believe it. So I just took off a smidge off the side, and then it'll look like this on the card, which it's totally fine. So now I have, what did I do on this one? Oh, I used a little tag that I just tied a ribbon on, and then I popped it up on some foam. So before I do that, because I'm going to use foam again, I'm going to put the card together so then I can use the foam at the end. So let's just glue this to our base. Just centering that on all sides. And then in the inside, I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. You can do this last if you want, but I'm just going to do it. Just glue on the outside. I try to be mindful not to hold this so close to the camera. Sorry if I do that, because I know it likes to focus in and out when I get too close. It's kind of weird on the eyes. Oops, that's way crooked, isn't it? Is my head in there? Sorry. There we go. And then in the inside, if you wanted to add a little something or stamp in the inside, you can totally do that. Like where is this one? Oh, what did I do in here? Oh, just a little sticker again on the bottom. So now that we have everything glued on and in, I have this little best wishes element that I'm just going to add right in the middle and pop it up on foam. I could have had this ready to go too, sorry. Just like that. So it's going to sit like so. And again, this might have came from a different paper collection than this bee. I'm not sure, or it might be from the bees. I don't think so though. It might be. And then again, just in the middle like that. And you're done. Card. Finished. Best wishes. So that was easy too. And then if you wanted to decorate the envelope, for this one I have this paper like that. Oh, I do have an envelope here. Yeah, I'm going to use the same paper. And I don't have to show you the process because I already did that, so I'll save you that. But that's the cards. So I have the 3 cards for now. There's a few more that I'm working on, and I'm excited about those too. So I tried those out the other day, and yeah, I'm excited about that. What happened to our other little card that we just made? Oh, I put it over here out of the way. Oh, because it's in the bag. I showed you the bag. So our 3 cards that we made, and there will be more to come. I hope that you liked this video. I'm sorry about the mess up with the pink card. I should have checked my measurements first, and I did not. So my apologies for that. Just know that you can make it an A2 size. And so there's our 3 cards. I'll be back with another video showing you what else I learned, because I think it's super fun. And again, if you do craft shows, cards are huge. So these, as you can see, they take a little bit of time. You can whip up a bunch. I think I have quite a stack of finished cards already, so that's great. It hasn't taken much of my time at all. So they're great for your craft shows. People love homemade cards. I have people ask me all the time if I have wedding cards, birthday cards, all kinds of different occasions. So weddings are huge, and the birthday stuff. So there we go. If you have any questions, if I missed anything in the video, please let me know. Again, to find the envelopes and some other crafting essentials, there will be an Amazon link in the video. And if there's any other link that you need that I remember, I'll put that in the video description too. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know I screwed up, but anyway, I tried. We all make mistakes, so before you start cutting and gluing, please watch the videos all the way through. I always recommend that. So sorry for the mix-up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you do that. And for those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching.